welcome. My name is Tracy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Australia. Thank you so much for joining me. Today's Tuesday, so it's CASEing the Catalogue day, and I've taken inspiration from the Stampin' Up Occasions catalogue. On page 10 there is a gorgeous suite there. It's called Floral Romance. It's this one here, and there's so many pretty cards there, but I have taken this one here. Now it looks like it's either a 3x3 or a 4x4 card. I didn't want to make a small card. I thought I would make that into a normal Australian size, standard size card. So let's bring that card in and I'll just quickly show you. Isn't it gorgeous? These colours and this vellum down here in that DSP is absolutely gorgeous. So let's get over to the craft table and we'll get started. So for today's card we're using the Wonderful Romance bundle, the stamp sets and the dies. We're also using the Floral Romance Specialty Designer Series paper. This has gorgeous printed papers, but it's also got really pretty vellums. The inks are Fresh Fig and Mossy Meadow. And the ribbon on that one is called Petal Pink Whisper White Variegated Ribbon, which is really pretty. I have the card kit here, and all the measurements and supplies can be found over my blog. There's also a link to my online store where you can purchase any Stampin' Up supplies if you live in Australia. If you are purchasing through me, please use the hostess code for the month and I'll send you out a free gift. So we have a piece of the Whisper White card base. It's half a piece of A4, and I'm just going to fold and burnish on that score line. Now we have this gorgeous vellum, which doesn't look too much there, but put it down on white. How beautiful is that lace looking vellum? Absolutely gorgeous. So I'm just going to pop this off to the side. I have a piece of Whisper White cardstock where I've already done some just to save time. So I've stamped in the Mossy Meadow. I have 2 each of those, but we need 3 each, and we also need 3 of these flowers here. So let's bring them in and we'll quickly do those. So I just need one more of the larger leaf, one of the smaller one, both in the Mossy Meadow, and then 3 flowers in that Fresh Fig. Isn't that gorgeous colours? I'm also going to bring in just my mat so I can stamp off the edge, and I'm using this larger stamp, and I just want 3 of these flowers here, so I'm just going to ink up that area of the stamp. Beautiful. Now we're just going to colour these in with the aqua brush. So let's do that really quickly. I've already got some ink down in the lid. And you don't want to add too much water to it. We're just using normal Whisper White cardstock. So if you put too much water in on the cardstock, it will peel and look terrible. I don't have any problem doing this normally. And one trick I can give you is don't have too much water in your brush. Now making sure that you clean your aqua brush each time. I just like to squeeze a little bit and then just run it over a wet wipe and it all comes clear. Let's change over to the Mossy Meadow and we'll quickly do those other 2 leaves. Cleaning that off as well before I put it away. So as you can see, it was pretty easy to do. The tip is to have as much ink on top of your aqua brush. It just makes it a little bit easier. So I'm going to go and use the Big Shot and cut these two out with the framelits. These two leaves, and fussy cut these 3 flowers. I'll be back in a minute. So with all my little pieces coloured and cut out ready to go, what was left of my Whisper White piece, I'm just going to take the layering circle, so the second largest circle framelit, and I'm going to cut one of those out with the Big Shot. So I'll be back in a minute. Okay, so that's ready to go. Now let's start popping it all together. So I'm going to use fast fuse. Now you can use tear and tape. What I want to do is I want to work out where that circle is going to go in the middle, and I'm going to attach that circle down into the middle of the vellum, just like that. I'm going to turn the vellum over. I'm going to attach some fast fuse or tear and tape, and I'm just applying that right in that middle of the circle, and I'm going to pop that straight down onto my card. So it's a nice even border all the way around. We're going to stamp the sentiment with the Fresh Fig ink. Let's do that really quickly. And if you're worried that that wouldn't stamp real well, you're worried that you might muck up, stamp it before you pop it down onto your vellum. Stamping in the middle. Beautiful. So we're going to place our leaves around our circle. And I've got the larger ones on the bottom. So let's start gluing them down. And I found the multi-purpose glue was just fine. The acrylic blocks are really good to hold things down as well. Nice one here. Okay, so the next one, these little ones we're going to pop up with some mini dimensionals. Bring them ones in. Let's stick I think we'll put 3 on each one. Okay, and we're going to place them in the middle of the larger ones. It just gives it that fuller wreath once they're all done. Last one. Now with the 3 flowers, I've already popped them up with the full size dimensionals. Okay, so let's pop them down. I'm sticking one off the edge here, one on the inside, Another one up here. We're going to bring that ribbon in and we're going to create a nice bow. Now when I made this one here, I did muck around with my bow a little bit, so hopefully it goes a little bit faster this time around. It's quite a thick ribbon. It's really, really pretty. I like the variegated look to it. Put my fingers in there a little bit and then just pull down. I did find that worked a little bit better when I made it. Yeah, there we go. So bring in my ribbon scissors. I'm just going to cut the ends off. That was a lot quicker this time around. So I'm going to bring some glue dots in and place a glue dot underneath it. The best way to stick down ribbon is with glue dots. And let's pop one in that little gap there. I'll just cut a little bit more off those edges. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed today's card. I really appreciate your time. If you have enjoyed today's card, please give me a thumbs up and don't forget to leave a comment. All the measurements and supplies can be found over my blog, and there's also a link in the description of this video for my online store if you want to purchase any Stampin' Up supplies. Until later on in the week, I'll see you then. Bye.